What would you do if the woman you loved looked you dead in the eyes and flinched when you walked into your own house unannounced? It was 11:47 p.m. in our home in Chicago, right off West Fullerton Avenue. The kitchen light was on. Her car was in the driveway. But when I opened the door quietly, expecting to surprise her with takeout and maybe a late-night laugh, I heard a man's voice. Not loud, not clear, just enough. I froze halfway between the living room and the hallway, my fingers tightening around the plastic bag as the smell of cold fries filled the air. My heart started pounding so hard it felt like it might give me away. Then I heard her laugh, not the soft, tired laugh she gave me lately, but a bright, careless one I hadn't heard in months. And then she said something that made my stomach drop. Relax, he's not supposed to be home tonight. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. I don't remember leaving. I don't remember how long I sat in my car outside, staring at my own house like it belonged to someone else. The takeout sat untouched on the passenger seat. My phone buzzed once, her name, but I couldn't bring myself to answer, because something inside me already knew. That wasn't a misunderstanding. That wasn't paranoia. That was the beginning of the end. The next morning, she acted like nothing happened. Emily stood in the kitchen in her robe, sipping coffee like she always did, scrolling through her phone like the world hadn't cracked open the night before. You got home late, she said casually. I studied her face. Perfect. Composed. No guilt. Yeah, I replied slowly. Work ran long. She nodded like it meant nothing. That was the first time I realized she wasn't just cheating. She was comfortable doing it. After that night, everything changed, but only for me. Emily became colder, shorter, irritated by small things. If I came home early, she'd stiffen. If I texted her randomly, she'd take hours to reply. And then one night, out of nowhere, she said it. Can you stop surprising me? I blinked. What? You just show up sometimes. It's weird. Weird. I live there. That word echoed in my head long after she went to bed. That's when I started watching. Not confronting. Not accusing. Watching. It started small. Receipts in her purse from places she claimed she hadn't been. A charge from a boutique hotel in downtown Chicago, the kind of place you don't accidentally visit. Then came the phone. She started sleeping with it face down, taking it into the bathroom, even into the shower sometimes. One night, she forgot to lock it. Just once. That was all I needed. The messages weren't subtle. They weren't careful. They were arrogant. Last night was insane. I miss your body already. Same time Thursday. His name was Ryan. And the worst part? She saved him under a woman's name. I didn't sleep that night. I sat in the dark living room, scrolling through months of messages, photos, hotel bookings, pieces of a life she had built behind my back like I didn't exist. And the deeper I looked, the worse it got. She wasn't hiding. She was living two lives and enjoying it. The humiliation didn't hit me all at once. It crept in slowly. Every memory we had together started to rot. Birthdays. Anniversaries, late-night talks. I replayed everything, wondering how many of those moments were real and how many were lies. I broke. Not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly, piece by piece. But something else grew in that silence. Something colder, smarter. If she thought I was blind, I would stay blind. If she thought she was untouchable, I'd let her believe it. And then I'd take everything. I started gathering proof. Screenshots, bank statements, hotel confirmations. I hired a private investigator, quiet, efficient, expensive. Within 2 weeks, I had photos. Clear ones. Her and Ryan entering hotels, holding hands, kissing in parking garages. There was no doubt anymore. Just strategy. I met with a lawyer downtown near LaSalle Street. A sharp woman who didn't waste time. Do you want a divorce? She asked. Or do you want to win? I looked her straight in the eyes. I want her to have nothing left. So we built the case. Infidelity, financial misconduct, misuse of shared assets. Every move she made became another nail in her own coffin. Then I waited. I let her get comfortable. Let her think she was still in control. Until the night I chose. It was her birthday. She invited friends over. Even Ryan showed up, bold, smiling, shaking my hand like he wasn't sleeping with my wife. I smiled back. I poured drinks. I played the part. Until everyone was gathered in the living room. Hey, I said, raising my glass. I actually have something to share. Emily looked surprised. Confused, I connected my phone to the TV, and then I pressed play. Photos, messages, receipts, every secret displayed in high definition. The room went silent. Her face drained of color. Ryan stood up, stuttering, trying to speak, but there was nothing he could say. Sit down, I told him calmly. He didn't. He left. Coward. Emily started crying, begging, denying. Please, we can talk about this. No, I said quietly. We're done talking. Her friends looked at her like they didn't know her anymore. Because they didn't. Within weeks, everything collapsed for her. The divorce went through fast. With the evidence we had, she didn't stand a chance. She lost the house, most of the assets. Her reputation shattered. Word spread faster than she expected. Ryan disappeared. Of course he did. Men like him always do. She tried calling me, texting, apologizing. I never responded. The last time I saw her was outside the courthouse. She looked smaller, broken, like the life she built had finally crushed her under its weight. You ruined me, she whispered. I looked at her for a long moment, and for the first time in months, I felt nothing. No, I said, you did that yourself. I walked away, and I never looked back. These days, the house feels quiet, not empty, just still. Sometimes I think about that night, the laugh, the voice, the moment everything shifted, and I realize something. She didn't ask me to stop surprising her because it made her uncomfortable. She asked because she was afraid of getting caught. And in the end, she was right to be afraid. The end.